What does it mean? Why am I doing anything when I'm gonna drop dead tomorrow? If you're following your dreams, you're gonna drop dead. If you're not following your dreams, you're gonna fucking drop dead. Now you decide what the fill in the blanks, the dash between your birth year and end year is gonna be like. One thing that we discussed was the best gift God has given us is the power, the ability.
There is an interesting quote by a monk that says, if you have this great car, beautiful car, and you drive this car and you drive, but you don't stop to put gas, at some point you'll stop.
When you have money, the impact just multiplies. When you're not in survival mode, you have the capacity, open your hands and give.
Yeah, so what we were talking about to do in this podcast?
We've had 3 lunches. I think we've talked about all the possibilities, but yet the possibilities are as big as this fucking ocean. So yeah, let's let the conversation flow.
Yes, endless possibilities. I love it. Okay, so we were talking about it yesterday, and I was telling you about my vision about being free and freedom. That I really try to live my life with as much freedom as possible, being free from things that society is teaching us, being free from what I should do and what parents told me, the country told me, free from religion, free from where I supposed to live geographically.
Yeah.
And at some point, I want to start getting more information and inspiration about financial freedom,
Yeah.
because I think this is like my next goal, to feel this abundance.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I thought maybe you can.
Yeah. You know, you use this word just now, supposed. Supposed to. And that is such a bitch for so many people because our brains are literally wired to think in terms of, "Oh, I should do this, I must do this, I have to do this, and the worst is I'm supposed to do this." So the question is, according to whom? Like, according to whom do you have to live a certain way at a certain place, do a certain kind of business, job, whatever career? According to whom? And then when you realize this is whatever, whoever those people are who are telling you you should live your life this way, that is where the actual problem comes in, because now you are at a choice point. Whether to consciously choose what other people are asking you to do, you're supposed to be doing, or you can make a new fucking choice. It is a difficult choice point because nobody wants to not belong. We all want to belong. And by making a completely new choice, you're aware that you're not sure whether your environment, your people, your peers, your parents, your siblings, your friends, they will accept you the same way or not. They will see you the same way or not. So subconsciously, you're afraid of not being the same way, not being seen the same way. And that is a threat to your subconscious. And we don't want to get into that. That's why everybody is presented with these choice points very regularly. But we have given ourselves good enough reasons, valid reasons. Oh no, right now I'm not going to be making that choice. Maybe later. You know? So
After school,
yeah.
after army.
Oh yeah, exactly. Exactly. After school, after army. That's so fucking on point. Because when you say, "Oh no, after school I do it," you feel good within that I am sort of committed. I'm not saying I'm not doing it. I'm not saying that I don't give a shit about my life. But after school, because dash 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 dash.
Or the best one, after I get married or after I find a partner, then
Yep.
I'll start doing things I love.
Yeah.
Or after the kids will grow up.
Oh yes.
There is always something. It's endless.
Exactly.
Endless possibilities.
Yeah.
To find excuses.
Oh my god, it's so on point how you're putting it in this perspective. And also that's why a lot of people have this regret. A lot of humanity has this regret on their deathbed. I wish I had listened to my heart. I wish I wasn't a people pleaser. Goosebumps.
I wish I followed
see
my
them.
dreams.
Yeah.
I wish I traveled the world.
Yeah.
I wish I could marry that girl that my parents didn't accept.
Yeah. Exactly. And it's like either you can live your life unconsciously, wait till you reach your deathbed, have a regret, and then say bye bye to the world and die, or you can just sit and observe what's happening around you. The best coach, the best guru, the best guide that we all have available is our ability to observe. When you observe somebody in their 50s still living a life governed by their parents who are not anymore on this planet, you tend to question, then when does this stop? When does this following somebody else's footsteps stop? It never does until you make a choice. Like my best friend died when she was 30. That was such a, like everything reset after that. It was fucking painful. Most, like, for 8 months, I was numb as fuck about life. Like, what does it mean? Why am I doing anything when I'm gonna drop dead tomorrow? Not in my 60s. My friend died in her 30s. But I got a flip perspective when I finally like grieved and released that that's the whole fucking point of life. You you are gonna drop dead. So nothing means anything. If you're following your dreams, you're gonna drop dead. If you're not following your dreams, you're gonna fucking drop dead. Now you decide what the fill in the blanks, the dash between your birth year and end year is gonna be like. And that just gave me such sense of freedom that even if I am aware that I, as an Indian, as this woman, age, whatever, I'm not supposed to be doing blah blah blah. Cool, great. You know what? I'm gonna drop dead one day. So I say thank you to you for being there, but I'm consciously choosing something else. It's gonna suck. It's gonna be fucking difficult when people from your old life, your old patterns are gonna call you, are gonna meet you, and gonna be like, what the fuck are you doing? And when you don't have results, you don't have anything to show them. See, I made this revenue. See, I have this much following. See, I have this amazing partner in my life. You don't have anything to show. Why? Because you're work in progress. That's when it's going to be so difficult, because you will question yourself as well when somebody else is questioning you. Am I on the right path? Because I don't have the money I want, I don't have the business I want, and these people are my people. They're asking me to stay where I am, but I'm looking ahead. I don't know if I'll get my result or not. That period is the real test, and you just got to keep walking ahead. I know it's so difficult sometimes when you just want to leave everything and go to the safe option. Like I'm a chartered accountant, which is like CPA of like American CPA, Australian CPA, just a little more difficult. And my entire family is a CA family. And I'm not doing CA work at all. When I listened to my heart after my best friend died, I was like, I don't want to spend more time just, one foot here, one foot there. I want to listen to my heart. And my listening to my heart kept me broke for a while, because what clients? No clients. What business? You don't have a fucking business. What freedom? You don't have a fucking freedom. What confidence? You don't have any fucking confidence. But I just chose to keep going ahead and build it. Anyhow, just fucking, let's just build it. You know, my parents weren't happy. They're amazing people. They're the most supportive people. And they love me. Our parents love us and they want us to be safe.
And protect.
Exactly. That's literally inbuilt. Like when I don't want kids, but like I imagine if I had kids, oh my God, I can't imagine being the parent that my parents are being to me, being this global person, one day this, one day that. I don't know how they fucking, just like absorb everything that I'm sharing with them. My brain just thinks of dreams and dreams and dreams. But yeah, they're coming from a space of protection, safety, security, which is in the end love at its core. So they want the best for you. Yeah.
Also, they are a different generation.
Yeah.
They didn't have the internet that we have today, the knowledge that we have today.
Yeah.
And for example, I know that if I'll have kids one day, I'll be different.
Yeah.
And of
100%.
course, I have my doubts and my fears
Yeah.
for my own kids, but still, it's a different generation.
Yeah. It's also, you'll be different with your kids because you've done the work.
Yes, and I broke my generational trauma.
Exactly.
and they didn't even know that this thing is exists.
Yeah.
They didn't know what is a generational trauma. Then I showed my mom that, yeah, you do this because grandma did it to you, because her mom did it to her. And she was like, oh my God, what is it? Like, you're
Yeah.
so smart. And luckily, I could see that, realize it, and then to go on retreats and workshops and for therapists to break it.
Yeah.
And it's never 100%. And still,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So if somebody feels like, their parents don't understand them, I was in the state for a while. Just know one thing, that our parents are literally carrying pain from 30 years back, 50 years back. They don't even have the awareness that there are tools that exist to process it. Like, they don't even know that that exists. If it comes to their awareness, they're like, oh, it doesn't work for us, So when they're being unsupportive, maybe rude sometimes, just create a safe space for yourself. Go inward instead of reacting, because then you're freeing yourself and you're freeing them as well. And I fucking promise, when you're doing your own internal world, your external world, including your parents who are extremely unsupportive, they are going to change. There's no other way. Because when you are breaking the generational trauma, they're also getting free.
Yeah, I feel it. Yeah, so we were talking a little bit about generations, and an interesting topic that
Yeah.
popped into my mind is that I, for example, and freedom, of course, we're talking about freedom and being free from religion, country, and everything. I was born in Ukraine, but I was born as a Jew. So in Ukraine, as a Jew, I was like the filthy Jew, get out of here. And then we came to Israel, and in Israel, I became the Ukrainian whore. So again, I'm not accepted in the other country. And now my partner is from America, he's Muslim. And at the beginning, his family, they didn't want to accept me because I'm Israeli Jew. So now, because I really believe that religion and geographical things are like, it's it's nothing. Like, I don't believe in it. We're all people, free people. So I truly believe that it doesn't really matter where I'm from or what my religion. And I know now that I'm coming to visit them because I'm so truthful with myself.
Yeah.
I know that at some point they're already accepting me. And for me, I already breaking this kind of cycle that I started from Ukraine to Israel and now to America. Yeah, and now I'll be also Ukrainian, also Israeli, also Jew in America, accepted by a Muslim family, and yeah, it feels freedom. And they ask my partner, is she going to become a Muslim after marriage or whatever? And no, I am who I am. I'm not changing anything.
Yeah, for sure.
And I never wanted to be born a Jew, or I never wanted to move to Israel. It was my family's choice.
Yeah.
And I even didn't choose to become to born a woman or white.
Yeah.
It wasn't my choice. I
Yeah.
was born this way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So why change it?
Yeah, so I won't change it. I am who I am.
It's beautiful that what I'm sensing from your story is that everyone is perfect. They're born perfect.
Yeah.
Like, no matter where the child is born, when the child is born, the child is perfect. It's just the lies that we hear. I wouldn't even call it lies. It's just like opinions and statements that we hear while growing up about ourselves, about who we are supposed to be, what our life is supposed to be. It's already given to you. It's written to you. It's literally written for you, you know?
Okay.
Where is your creativity there? Who is teaching us follow your intuition? There is something inside you which is guiding you. They're not teaching us because they themselves do. It's not that they are aware and they're keeping the child away from their intuition, not at all. So imagine just get a sense of what person is living under the projections that were given to them, not when they were 30, not when they were 20, when they were a little baby.
There is an interesting quote by a monk that says, if you have this great car, beautiful car, and you drive this car and you drive, but you don't stop, put gas, at some point you'll stop.
Yeah,
So yeah,
for sure.
if you're running and running in your life and you don't stop just a little bit to look inside and to see what do I want, who I am, what do I like, what do I believe in. So at some point, yeah, it will explode
Yeah.
maybe in your face.
And you know what? It's even more essential for creators, creative people, entrepreneurs, founders, CEOs to have very regular pauses. Because you're not only creating for yourself, you're not just like going to a job, doing a 9 to 5, then saying fuck you, and then going home and then just living your life. You are taking more responsibility for your life, for your employees. If you don't have any, you are going to have soon, for your family, blah, blah, blah. So if you're not pausing and resetting very regularly, it's going to come out either on your team or your family or your productivity or your creativity. It's just going to hamper it. So I call it like creative breaks, in which it's in my to-do list.
Yeah.
Don't use your head. You're resting today. Like quite literally, that's an order that I give to myself sometimes.
It's very important.
Yeah.
Yeah, like even not for business owners,
Yeah.
for everyone. Like you cannot work 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Some people do it, especially in Europe, United States. They're like working not even 9 to 5. In Israel, people are working from 9 to 8. They work also on Fridays. Sometimes they come to the office at Saturday, and you don't have this break to reset. And sometimes this break it's even more important than the hours that you work.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
I think I sort of diverted you in strange fucking topics. We can go back to your question.
Yeah, we're just having a nice talk, and I really like speaking with you when we have lunch and dinner. Yeah, so my topic is today I feel that I'm already very free person. I feel that
Yeah.
I'm free from religion in my relationship. I'm free from geographical country. I live where I want, where I choose, not where my passport tells me to live.
Nice.
I work online, and yeah, and I have my own beliefs. And I feel that the next thing that I want to work on is my financial freedom. Because at this time, I know that I have to be at work at specific time.
Yeah.
And I love what I do. I love my job. And yet I need to have specific amount of hours to get specific amount of money. And at some point you can't do any more. Like you cannot do more than 8 hours a day. This is the maximum. And then I have this maximum amount that I can reach a month. But sometimes I want more, not to be greedy more, but more like energy wise.
Yeah.
I know that I want to give money for my mom, for my family. I want to get a nice dinner, not to thinking twice, oh, is it this amount or that amount? I just want to,
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe to create more.
Yeah. So I have two keys for you for financial freedom. Are you ready?
Yes.
Awesome. So
Bring it on.
one thing that we discussed was the best gift God has given us is the power, the ability to observe. So whenever you're thinking, speaking, imagine that you copy pasted yourself. So there are two of you. One is speaking, the other is observing what you're speaking. That's a fucking changer for life in terms of unlocking your next phase of life, letting go of your limitations, everything. We're going to talk about how to observe in a bit. But if you observe, you started with, I want financial freedom, and then you didn't go ahead. What does that look like? Your mind went a little behind and talked about the life that you already have. So I have a job that I love, but then these many hours, da da da. So what's happening right now is your financial freedom desire is still connected to the thing that you're moving on from, which is a natural thing. Your mind will do it. I don't like this. That's why I want financial freedom. Now the cue here is change the lens. I want financial freedom. Awesome. What does that look like? So you're not looking back like I have a job 9 to 5 and then these many hours. You're not doing that. You're like, I want financial freedom. And what I'm seeing is I'm doing my job, I'm doing my business. And you know what? I decide how many clients I take and then I decide what kind of people. So you're looking ahead and then your mind's only job is fill in the blanks from this point to what that financial freedom looks like. And it is a testing point again, because what's going to happen when you are tired from the whole day of your job? The emotions are going to come up of frustration. Why don't I have my business yet? I see this friend of mine, she put a reel, she got like 1 million views, now she has unlimited clients. What the fuck am I doing? That is where it is going to be a testing point, where you are like, okay, I'm feeling frustrated, I'm observing my feelings, they don't fucking control me, and I'm looking ahead. Oh, financial freedom. Okay. So you're back to that frame of life in your mind where you have that financial freedom. So you're rehearsing even before you've reached that 3D point of financial freedom. So do you see what you're doing? You're activating your creative sense, your creative visions.
Yeah, I when you visualize something, you start to attract it. But everything in our lives is starting from our thought. Because when we have the thought in our mind, we can speak about it. But when we speak about it, maybe I can make a consultation with someone, and then maybe I can write it down. And then I can check options, and then I can start attracting it into my life.
Yeah.
So it's very important not just to think about it and okay, go away.
Yeah.
It's not possible, because I remember I told you that I live here now in Thailand, and 2 years ago it was just a dream. It was in my mind, and it felt like crazy dream. Like what? Me in Thailand? And then I started check things in Facebook groups. And then I started to check people that already did it.
Wow.
And how they did it. And then eventually I found myself here,
Yeah.
living my life. But only 2 years ago, it was just super crazy thought.
Exactly. So imagine this frame. I know I said I'll give you 2 cues. Yes. I'm going to give you the second one. But imagine you use this frame. You've done it. Everybody has done it. We have attracted a gazillion things in our life. We know how to do it. You don't have to watch another YouTube video to know. What if you just keep acknowledging from your own life, I wanted this, I created this. I wanted this, I created this. So what you're doing is you're again fueling that part of you, which is the creator part. You know already now I'm a creator, because 2 years back, this is what my life looked. And now this is what it looks like. And what I did was I researched here, I joined these groups, I did this. Was it like a Google given plan? No, it was something from within you, which was like this, exactly that.
Yeah, I was expanding and attracting it.
Exactly. Now tell me one thing. Isn't that the same force that is creating your financial freedom as well?
Yeah.
Now look at that smile.
Yes. It's the same one.
Exactly.
Give it to me.
So, now, when you say give it to me, get a sense of it. What does that mean? Is it something outside of you that somebody is going to give it to you?
No,
Where is it?
I will give it to myself.
Yes. Now, get a sense of the word will. Is it in the future?
It's in the future.
Okay.
So,
Can you bring it here?
if I bring it right here, right now, I feel like I'm maybe lying to myself.
Okay, cool. So close your eyes and imagine that right in front of you, there's a purple elephant. Okay, now open your eyes and close your eyes. Now imagine there is no purple elephant in front of you. And now open your eyes. What do you sense? Did you see one?
Well, I saw it.
Why are you lying? There's no purple elephant here. Why are you lying?
There is no. It's not there.
Well, you did see it in your mind.
I saw it in my mind.
And that's it.
Yeah, I saw it also on the second time. It was still there, looking at me.
Yeah, and do you see the power of seeing something, like saying that a purple elephant in front of you, and even saying there is no purple elephant in front of you? So there's another cue here, which is when you say, but I don't want a struggle, I don't want job, I don't want abusive, toxic men in my life. When you're saying don't, what are you giving your mind? the exact same picture. I said, don't imagine a purple elephant, but you did. Your mind did. Because not is not a strong enough frame, but purple elephant is a strong enough frame for your mind to take it as a cue and imagine it. Right?
Cool.
So when you say it's in
Makes
the
sense.
future, it will happen, your brain has taken the command. It's in the future, cool for the future. So you're literally telling yourself, if I ask you, do you want financial freedom right now?
What do you mean? Can you explain again?
Do you want financial freedom?
Of course, I want it yesterday. I want it last year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when you say I will manifest it, then you very actively put it.
And push it away.
Yeah, bye bye. See you later.
Yeah, like
Bye-bye.
after army, after school, after I get married.
Exactly. So that's not even you who's doing it. It's just the old programming. And then you're reprogramming by saying, I have it right now. It's my purple elephant. I open my eyes and I don't see it. But when I close my eyes, I see it. I am financially free. And when somebody comes to you and says, but where is financial freedom? You'll be like, fuck you. It's in my mind. I'm enjoying it. Until one day when you have it, then the same people are going to come to you and ask you, how did you do it? How did you do it? I'm the same person who was doubting you a while back because I wasn't able to see it. You were able to see it, and that's it. That's enough.
Okay. I feel it.
Yeah, exactly. Your body is literally communicating that.
Yeah, I must say that I really try to live my life in the mindset of financial freedom.
Yeah.
Like, I go to a restaurant, I try not to look at the prices, especially here in Thailand. I buy a flight,
Cool.
I will buy the flight that is the most convenient for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, my apartment, it's beautiful. Yeah, like, I try not to
Yeah.
start, oh, this is a dollar less, a dollar
Yeah.
more. No,
Yeah.
release it from me.
That's a very
Yeah.
important message to people. Like, that is fucking brilliant, by the way. It takes a while to, do that, especially when you come from an environment or culture where small things are saved.
Yeah.
Small things. Like my mom saves little bit of curry that's left. I mean, we've grown up seeing that, and that's all right. I'm not saying that's wrong, but it's so funny. I saw myself today live in two different worlds. One is I literally made a sale of $5,000, $6,000. And then I'm imagining, I was asking myself, how do I want to gift? I want to reward myself because I made this sale. One is this that is running in my head right now. How do I reward myself? The other is I woke up, I was making coffee for myself. Yesterday, there was just this much coffee left in the cup and I kept it in the fridge. I literally transferred that cup coffee into another glass, just this much, kept it in the fucking fridge.
Oh my God.
Then made fresh coffee. And I was like, no, wait, what? This doesn't make sense. Why? What am I saving it for? Just this much coffee. It's just this much. It's yesterday's coffee. Fucking throw it. And
Yeah.
I can't tell you what a liberating moment it was to just not do the same thing that I have seen
Yeah.
growing up. It's literally
feel
living
you.
it's in our blood, the abundance and the scarcity both. So our job essentially is to keep cleansing the scarcity that we have learned and keep giving more of our attention to the abundance in small things like what you just said, which is so powerful. When I'm looking at the menu, I'm not looking at the right side, not looking at the prices. It's not just one small act you're doing. You're literally telling your brain, I'm a fucking rich as fuck woman. I don't need to look at the prices.
Yeah.
Are you ready for the second cue?
Yeah.
You're like, I'm done. I'm done, bitches.
Nah, give it to me.
Okay, I
Give me
like that.
more. Abundance.
Yeah.
Abundance of cues.
So, second cue is almost like the first one, taking the, was it purple elephant or blue
Purple.
elephant? You remember it? That was a trick question.
I'm blue, but the elephant is purple.
Yeah, so taking the purple elephant ahead. So, if I had said, imagine an animal, it could be anything, right? It could be anything. So, when we are making it specific, it's just really getting visible to you. Now, imagine, close your eyes again. Now, imagine a purple elephant made of rubber, and when it's moving, it's squeaking. And now it's looking at you, and now it's rushing at you, a giant elephant made of rubber with that annoying sound. And now open your eyes. Did you have some feeling in your body?
It was just really funny. Yeah.
Right. So your body felt it, right?
Yeah.
So when you say financial freedom, what if you gave yourself the permission to know what that means to you, what that looks like to you? Would that be empowering enough? Wouldn't that be more empowering than just having a blanket desire of being financially free?
Yeah, it is empowering. Yeah, and I really try to do it, as I told you before,
Yeah.
and still there is a kind of, I guess, a limit that you can do it.
What do you mean by that?
Because eventually I will not buy myself business class to America from Thailand. Like,
Then drop it. So when you know, if I visualize, if I desire a first class, business class ticket right now, when I'm flying like very soon, but it just doesn't feel like it can happen, either we can get all positive and manifesty and be like, no, girl, you can do it. But it doesn't matter. What matters is what you're feeling. So if you're already feeling a distance and being like, I don't think this can, drop it.
hmm
Pick something that's closer and it's exciting. It's like producing those positive, happy, exciting emotions.
okay, so I have a good example with
Yeah.
that. Um, we plan to go to USA from Tokyo with my partner, and he already bought the flight, and it was around $700. And then when I wanted to buy the flight, he was like, "Oh, there's another flight. It's half of the price. It's $400, but it's a different one. It's not the same one, and it's something like 12 hours." And for me, okay, I can save $300
Yeah.
and take another flight.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money. And then deep inside, I was like, "But I really want to fly with him. I want to have this experience with him." So I was asking my friend, like, what should I do? It's $300. And then eventually, deep inside, I knew what I'm gonna do. Can you guess what I did?
Bought it.
I bought the which one?
The one that you wanted. Yeah.
Yeah, I bought the one which was twice more expensive. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I was like, yeah, I just gotta do it.
Exactly. So when you did that, did you get a sense that I am abundant
Yes.
actually? I
Yes.
actually am abundant.
Yeah, it felt like a little bit at first, like maybe stupid or crazy
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
But then I was like, I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
I just want to do what I want.
Yeah.
The main goal is not to save the 300. The main goal is to enjoy and to be happy,
Right.
even if it's 300 more
Yeah.
for the same product.
Yeah. So you have your frame. You know how you enjoy money. For example, when you are saving time and being with your partner, that's worth it to you, right? That's worth where money is going. So now that you know this is how you enjoy your money, what's more of that? What do you want more of with money?
To make an impact,
Say more.
to make the world a better place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you have money, the impact just multiplies. You're not your energy is not going into saving cost. Oh, let me have some for my utilities. I don't even have rent. You're not in survival mode anymore. When you're not in survival mode, you have the capacity, open your hands and give.
Create.
That is fucking impact. To create. Exactly. So, I'll try not to be too so when I see what's that word? So when I see spiritual people being like, "Oh, I don't want money. I don't want money. Money is, it puts in us in our ego state. I don't want money." And then they are struggling with it. Then they are going ahead speaking to people about their work from a space of, "Please be my fucking client. I need money to pay my rent. I need to buy food." So you're still in survival mode. It's just we've learned growing up money is bad. Rich people suck. They are selfish, right? You've learned all these things about money. When you became an adult, you were so fucking tired of struggling to make money that you took a flip of quote unquote spirituality and you're in the same state of hating money, you're just justifying it by wearing malas and walking barefoot and being like, I'm spiritual, but I'm broke as fuck. So I can only be of help to you to a certain limit because I have to first feed myself. Now, this is one reality. Imagine another reality where you deeply feel that I want to create impact. You've created enough money in your life that it's overflowing from your vessel. You will be flying. You won't be a human being. You'll be flying because you would know you have endless capacity and I'm here to give you. Why? Because my needs, my necessities, my desires are taken care of. Now, that is freaking abundance. Yes, there are people who are using money to be more selfish, to destroy the
Yeah.
planet. That is not money that is letting, that money is also enabling them, but they were always that person. They're just using money to do something. You can use money to do something else, to create a positive impact.
Yeah. That's the plan. Yeah, some people take money and they put it into like parties and drugs and the bad things, I don't know, cigarettes, whatever, and maybe some crazy things.
Yeah.
And for example, I know that I want to use it to make the world a better
Yeah.
place.
So, how about we do this? The second cue lets you be more specific what that looks like. So if you have your broader vision, which is amazing. Now if you bring it to the next 5 steps, when I say 5 steps, I don't mean quite literally, but just get a sense that your financial freedom, which is just a little ahead of you, not too ahead, what is that like? Now for example, for somebody it could be, you know what, I just want to make $100 more per week. That's just amazing for them. Why? Because it may enable them to share some money with their parents because they need it, or uh, they're paying for their college or whatever that is. For somebody it could be, oh, my next step could be, I would love to have extra $10,000 coming in every month just through my passive income, let's say. So when you get specific enough, which is not too far ahead but it's exciting enough, now you know where you're headed towards. So it's not just a broad, vague idea, but now it's a purple elephant
Yeah.
running at you with that squeaky sound. It's that specific and you can feel it. Now, one question that I hear quite often when I say that is, how do I know if this amount is the right amount? What if I want more? Then you can literally have more when you've invested this amount. When you've The only thing that will happen when you receive those $100 more extra week is your creative engine is going to be like, ooh, let's now play with 500, let's go 5x. And then the same creative engine is going to create that. So when you know what that financial freedom looks like to me, there is something quite powerful within you that's going to make it happen. Your decisions are going to change because you know this is where I'm headed to. So, for example, when you said that there are people who blow their money on drugs, we all have our patterns. They're coming from our childhood. Some people were abused more, some were abused less, some were conditioned more, some were conditioned less. I have a long past of abuse. So, for me, blowing my money was on food, crappy food, just not feeding myself enough throughout the day. And this is not even when I was too young. This was still maybe like my late 20s, and I'm ordering food at 11 p.m., 12 a.m., ordering shit, gross pizzas and whatnot from these small shops that were open till that time. I was blowing my money there. And when you heal your money patterns and when you tell yourself, I am fucking worthy of this financial freedom. I used to tell myself, I am worthy of living a global life. I was still living in Delhi, and it was already a big enough deal for me to move out from my parents' house to my house. It's a big deal in India, at least. Like, why are you moving out? Live with us. It's like you just live with your parents your whole life, right? If you're a woman, of course, you get married and go to your husband's place. Not everywhere, but like a lot of places. And when I started telling myself that I'm now a global liver, like I live wherever I want, I'm flying wherever I want. I'm living in the best properties, like the most gorgeous properties. And the grip I had, in fact, I would say the grip the pattern had on me of me eating junk just started loosening. Why? Because I actually started feeling like Yeah, I am worthy of being global and shit. And it took me 2 years. I actually started working on it after 1.5 years. So it took me like half a year to get myself to a financial state, which is also financial freedom, to be like, okay, I'm making decisions going from this country to another, to an extent that now my parents call me and they ask me, "Where are you?" I was like, "I'm still in the same place where I was when we spoke yesterday." Like,
Yeah.
they still feel like, oh, maybe she's gone to another country altogether.
Yeah, so interesting that you were talking about the food thing
Yeah.
because you know that I treat emotional eating
Yeah. She's
and
fucking good. I'm tagging her. Follow her. She is fucking good. I have attended her workshops. Yeah.
thank you. So it's interesting how it's all connected because you said that you felt, for example, not free, like financially or not free geographically, and then you were trying to feel better by eating that food, but you were controlled by the food. You were controlled by not being free geographically or financially. So it's interesting, like I understand in this conversation, how the freedom is connected in all these areas,
Yeah.
free from emotional eating, free from country, free from finance.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when you're not free at specific thing, it can affect
Yeah.
another thing and another thing, and then you see that all these things are controlling you, and you are not able to be who you really are without all these things around you.
Hmm. So if you look at the core of everything that you just shared, like freedom with food, freedom with location, freedom with money, is that you want to feel that freedom from within, but the old stories, old wounds, old hurt that we've been carrying, all of us, that keeps us in fucking control. And if we don't know how to process this, what we do is we find our coping mechanisms. Like when I eat, I'm like, ah. But then you feel shitty after 5 minutes. When somebody does drugs, they feel a sense of escape from this that is controlling them. They don't know how to process this. When somebody overworks, like they don't have enough time and energy to be hurt by this. But
You
this is
shut
still here.
yourself down with something external.
Exactly. So now, true freedom is just looking down at this, be like, oh, you're here. And you literally sucked the fun out of my life. I'm literally in pain because of you. But you know what? Let me just change my frame of my past hurt, of my past abuse, of every painful incident that I went through. Let me just be with you. I'm just being with you. I'm observing you.
Observe.
And I'm gonna cry, I'm gonna have really bad days, I'm gonna have really good days as well, observing you. But I'm just gonna observe you. And what happens is it starts loosening.
Mm.
Like it's opening up. It's literally getting all, you know?
The attention
Yeah.
and yeah, sometimes it's just enough to just to observe, just to say, hey, I see you. Sometimes it's you don't always have to take action
No.
and do something. Just hey, it's there.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the first act, the first step.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have the opportunity to do this at all times because we are getting triggers at all times. The question is, are we um, grounded enough to observe it that a trigger came? Like when people ask me that how are you always in high energy, blah blah blah, I'm like, dude, I'm getting triggered every day because I'm playing bigger bets every day. So there is anxiety bound to come. Why? Because something very uh, like a like an old programming is gonna be activated. Like,
Mm.
you're stepping out of your boundary. What the fuck? Be here. And then anxiety kicks in. What if this discovery call I did with this potential client? Oh my god, she's saying that she can't do it now. When this is happening, the anxiety is coming in. It's not about that situation specifically. It's something much deeper within you that's been in your body since a really long time. Now you have this opportunity to be like, let's just pause everything. Sit. Let me just observe what I'm feeling right now. That is true freedom. whether it's with eating, whether it's with money, whether it's with your family. When you start feeling that freedom from within, everything outside of you, it is just gonna mirror that new freedom back to you. And it will look like magic. But it's as simple as you freeing yourself from these internal blockages.
Yeah. We like the only person that is responsible eventually for that freedom is not our parents, is not our partner, is not our job, it's just us and what we do with that. And the first thing is just to observe and to understand that this is what we have.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very interesting. I did this workshop about triggers. I understood that I have this trigger anxiety of abandonment
Wow.
because when I was a kid, my father never came when we came to Israel. And then also relationships here in Thailand, that people are like coming and going, and they say that they will come back and they don't. And then you're always triggered that people are leaving
Yeah.
and they're not coming back. And I remember that I really tried to understand where it's coming from and where when I understood it about my childhood, about my life here in Thailand. So when I stepped into a safe relationship, I told my partner, hey, I have this thing. I'm aware of it and I need you to do this and that when it happens. And I told him, I can recognize it. I can also work with it, but I will need your help when you see that it's happening.
Wow.
And now sometimes when I feel that it's coming up, I'm like, okay, I understand what's going on right now. I understand why I start texting him. Maybe I can pause for a second and to do something else, to call my friend, or even tell him, hey, I feel that this anxiety is coming. So I need you to support me in this thing.
Wow.
So even when I'm aware to this thing and I went to a workshop and a retreat to work on that, it still work.
That's so powerful.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that is so powerful. Not only that you did the work, you observed and processed it, but also you are at a point where you can easily communicate to your partner that this may come up, and if it does, then can you give me this kind of space? That's good.
Yeah. And it's
Beautiful.
beautiful. And then he just texted me. It happened a few days ago. And then he just texted me, "Hey, you're in a safe space.
Wow.
You like we're on the same page. You don't need to be worried, even if I don't answer you like half of the day.
Do you
Nothing happens.
also observe that he's being a mirror to who you're being with yourself? You're not bashing yourself. You're not being unkind to yourself. You're holding space for yourself. And that's why your partner is holding space for you. And so many other people who are in your life, who are going to come in your life, they're going to be the mirrors of the same kindness that you hold for yourself. So it all starts with who you're being to yourself.
Yeah, it's very important. We were talking about the elephant, and
You're going to get elephant dreams now.
yeah, and we're talking about the way we think and all that. And now we're talking about how that we're kind to ourselves, that I'm kind to myself. And many people sometimes can say, "Oh, I'm so fat," or "Oh, I'm disgusting," or "I suck," and even people sometimes say to me, "Oh, I just kidding. I'm kidding. It's not real. It's a joke." But we were talking about visualizations before, and that we attract what we think. If I say to myself, "Oh, I'm disgusting, I'm ugly," all that, my body will feel that energy, and he will attract more of this negative energy into their life. But if I'll say, "I'm beautiful, I'm successful, I'm gonna find the love of my life, I found the love of my life," all that, this is who will become.
Yeah.
So this is why it's so important, not even as a joke,
Yeah.
not to say those kind of things like "I suck, I can't do it."
Yeah. So, how you see yourself and how you speak to yourself is something that you learned either from your mother or your father or both. Either they were that voice for you or they were that voice for themselves. So, for example, if you're seeing your mom being all critical for herself, no matter how well she's doing, how much she's doing for the family, you've literally learned from her, like, this is how you're supposed to have a relationship with yourself, or how your parent must be treating you, let's say when you uh, got something great in school, a good score, or when you were not that great. So whatever you're hearing from them, this is how you're supposed to be treating yourself when something good happens, when something bad happens. What that bad is also something you're adopting from your parents. Like, literally, if I talk about a live example, one part of my brain, like when I looked at my legs, I was like, oh my fucking god, I've gotten so dark. Now that dark is a bad thing. Now it needs to be fixed. Now imagine how much load we are carrying. Like, this is such a small example, but not that small because it's taking some of my mental energy. So I am literally seeing my body as something to be fixed in this moment because I saw me getting tanned in the sun. So that is how deeply it's running in our mind. It shows up everywhere. When you're attracting a partner, when you have a partner and you're dealing with a conflict, for example, when you're dealing with yourself in certain situations, everything you're saying to yourself, "Oh, why the fuck am I so lazy? Why am I such a loser?"
Oh wow.
Yeah, lazy is a big.
I remember you said it few like I think yesterday, and I told you. I remember what I told you.
Yeah.
I told you, nah, you're good.
Yeah.
Like like even when if we say it's
Yeah.
just for just kidding.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
Yeah.
no.
And now I've started seeing lazy as a thing that I've intentionally created. Like, I like it.
Okay, so you say it in the good way.
Yeah, I fucking love being lazy when I want to be lazy. Because I know I'm a very active person. Like, like my mind is just like, we are alive, we're here, let's create, let's have fun. This is how my mind works, this is how my body works, and I'm very alive and awake at all times. So when I'm lazy, I'm like, I'm lazy today. Like, it's like a
So maybe
lazy thing.
I love the word spoiled. I
Uh-huh.
love to feel spoiled. I spoil myself.
Nice.
It's
Yeah.
for me. It sounds better than lazy.
Yeah. And I love that you made that distinction because something that is really positive for me could be a trigger for you.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, I'm also saying this because when I work with clients, I hear them say things like divine, like spiritual words, and I ask them, what does this mean to you? Even abundance. Like, I literally invite everybody to let go of these words which you learned much later on in life. Because that's not what your subconscious heard when you were 5, when you were 10. So if you let go of these words, no, like even abundance, even, yeah, like these, like proper, like nice words, use them for your marketing or whatever. But when you're setting your goals, when you're speaking to yourself, make it real in terms of what you actually feel. Like, when you're saying spoiled, it's not a word that you learned through podcasts and YouTube videos when you grew up.
This is how
Exactly.
feel.
Exactly.
Spoiled.
Exactly. So, like, use words that actually,
Yeah, that you feel it.
yeah,
And
exactly.
it's funny that you mentioned that for some people, a specific word can be good and a specific word can be bad. Now, when I'm thinking about it, spoiled can be also a bad word.
Bad word.
Oh, she's so spoiled.
Exactly.
She woke up late. She didn't work today.
Yeah.
She just sat on the beach. She's spoiled. And I'm like, yes, she's spoiled. Yeah, so you can look at it at either way.
Yeah.
And I prefer to look at things in the most positive way.
Yeah.
Of course. Can you tell me more about your retreats?
Fuck yes. So I've been living in Bali for 1.5 years, and I've had the most magical moments of my life, of healing, of amazing, of getting to the next phase of my life and next and growing and becoming this very peaceful yet very happy person. And I've made money in the process as well. I've grown my business, and my community started saying this, that hey, how about we do a retreat? And I was like, oh, we'll do it one day. it just clicked at one point. So we're finally doing a retreat in Bali at the most gorgeous, peaceful, nature dense, and luxury place that I've ever seen in my life. And trust me, I've traveled so much, yet that place is just a magnet for goodness, a magnet for peace. And when I was there, I made some videos over there at that place. I felt like my brain is off, like so peaceful, and we're gonna have 5 days of immersive processes. Imagine this podcast multiplied by 1,000. Like you're gonna be bathing 5 days in your own abundance, prosperity, joy, juices. You're gonna be surrounded by super like-minded people. It's for entrepreneurs, founders, creators, freelancers, even working professionals who are transitioning into starting their own thing. And I have so much to say on this, but and also it's our super early bird offer just literally sold out. Like it's literally getting sold out like hotcakes. So we have an interest link in the description, and you can just fill in your details. And whenever we are offering the next super offer, whenever we are putting out our early bird, like next one, you're gonna be the first one to know, and it's gonna be fucking amazing. At the same time, I'm also offering people 1 month before, 1 month after the retreat, so that you're not just attending 5 days, but you're getting super aligned even before you're there. You know everybody, you've already made friends with them, so it's more like a friend reunion happening at the retreat. We're gonna be dancing, we're gonna be meditating under the sky, under the stars. We're going to be going to waterfalls, cleansing our system. Oh my god, I have a lot to say. You're gonna find more information in the upcoming videos. You're gonna find more information in the website, in the description. I'm gonna see you super soon there. And it was just so beautiful having this conversation with you, and I'm so happy we did this. Like, it was a struggle getting here with our bean bags.
Oh my god, but it's a take it back.
Okay, we need to have assistants now everywhere we go. Yeah?
Okay,
You
for
know
the
us?
next
Hello.
chapter. Kauchatka.
Awesome.